What is uniform circular motion? Does uniform circular motion have acceleration? Why? How to calculate acceleration and force in uniform circular motion? And let us discuss all these things in this video. In order to understand uniform circular motion easily, you need to understand basics of motion. Motion can be divided into two types. When net force is equal to 0, when net force is not equal to 0. When net force is equal to 0, the state of a body can be described by Newton's first law. When net force is equal to 0, body can be rest or in uniform circular motion. Let us see the first one. When is the body at rest? In spite of all the forces acting on a body, if its net force is remains 0, then the body is at rest. When net force is equal to 0, the body can also be in uniform motion. When a body travels equal distances in equal time intervals in a specified direction, then we say the body is in uniform motion. When a body travels equal distances in equal time intervals, then we say the body is in constant speed. In uniform motion, both speed and direction should be constant. If any one of these two are not constant, then the body is in accelerated motion. Let us see what happens when net force is not equal to 0, means when some force acts on the body. When net force is acting on a body, simply we can say the body is in accelerated motion. When do we say the body is in accelerated motion? We say when velocity is changing. When do we say velocity is changing? We say either speed or direction are both changing. Now I will give three examples for accelerated motion. Let us see first one. A sphere is rolling down in an inclined plane. Here, see the speed of the object. Speed is changing, direction is constant. Hence we say velocity is changing. So the body is in accelerated motion. Second example. Take a stone, tie a thread to it and circulate. This motion is known as circulatory motion. If speed is constant in this motion, means for every single revolution, time interval should be same. That is constant speed. And direction is continuously changing. So we say the velocity is changing, hence the body is in accelerated motion. Third example. Take a stone, throw horizontally on the earth. Observe the motion. Is the speed is constant? No, the speed is changing. Is the direction is constant? No, direction is also changing. Hence, velocity is changing, so the body is in accelerated motion. You must remember one important thing. When the body is in accelerated motion, definitely some force is acting on it. When some force acts on a body, the body is in accelerated motion. And according to Newton's second law, the direction of both acceleration and force are in same direction. The second example we discussed for accelerated motion is known as uniform circular motion. Let us discuss in detail. When a body moving in a circular path with constant speed is known as uniform circular motion. In uniform circular motion, you can observe two things. Here, speed is constant. That means for every single revolution, it takes same time. Example, moon for single revolution takes 27.3 days and earth takes 365 days. Hence speed is constant. The direction is continuously changing. So velocity is changing, hence the body is in accelerated motion. For example, universal bodies like Moon and Earth are moving with constant speed in almost circular path. So we can say they are in uniform circular motion. Since velocity is changing, Moon and Earth are in accelerated motion. The acceleration acting towards center is called centripetal acceleration. According to Newton's second law, on accelerated body some force is acting. So, some force is acting on Moon and Earth. The force is not being used to change the speed of the Moon and Earth, but only its direction. Hence, the force is called centripetal force. As we discussed so far, uniform circular motion have velocity, acceleration, and some force is acting on it. Since these three quantities are vector quantities, they have specified direction. Let us see the direction of all these three quantities. In the picture, velocity vectors are drawn around the circle. These shows the direction of velocity. If the tails of the velocity vectors are joined to the center, this direction shows the direction of acceleration. According to Newton's second law, the direction of acceleration and force are in the same direction. Let us calculate the centripetal acceleration. Draw the velocity vectors around the circle. Transfer the tails of each velocity vector to coincide at a center. Draw the directed line joining two velocity vector tails around the circumference. A polygon is formed. Each side of the polygon is represent change in velocity, that is delta v. The smaller the side of the polygon, the closer they cling to the circle. Change in velocity for a complete revolution is equal to sum of change in velocity of the sides of polygon, that is equal to 2 pi v. Time period, that is time taken for one complete revolution, is equal to t. Centripetal acceleration is equal to change in velocity by time. AC is equal to change in velocity 2 pi v by time t. T can be written as distance by speed, t is equal to 2 pi r by v. If you substitute t value in the above equation, we get 2 pi v by 2 pi r by v, that is equal to 2 pi v into v by 2 pi r. 2 pi cancelled, so we get AC is equal to v square by r. Let us calculate centripetal force. We already discussed uniform circular motion is in acceleration. On accelerated body, some force is acting. Let us calculate that force. We already derived AC is equal to v square by r. According to Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. So Fc is equal to mac. Fc is equal to mv square by r. Here m is equal to mass of the body, v is equal to speed of the object, r is equal to distance between object and center. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share and subscribe my channel. Amazing videos for physics. Thank you.